Let's meet the starting five for your Dallas Mavericks. At forward, 6'10", number 42. At the small forward position, at 6'6", number 13, Marshall. The big man, 6 feet 10 inches, number 21, Daniel. Standing 6'2", number 11, At guard, 6'7", number 77,
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. You'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. Now a look at the stats for Luka Doncic.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Mitchell is out there with Dick, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. And for the Mavericks, the star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. Daniel Gafford is out there with Maxi Kleber, and it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. I think we know these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Shots good by Mitchell.
Well, Scotty Barnes, such an excellent passing wing.
Irving with it. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Brown dishes to Pirtle. Dick in the corner. There's the triple. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite 3-point shot.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Marshall. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to Kleber. Clock at 6. Here's Doncic. Off target at the rim. Toronto's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. The 3 from Barnes. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
2024, Brent, was a momentous year for Scotty Barnes. His first All-Star appearance.
Well, Kevin, an amazing accomplishment for such a young player, but it feels like we're just scratching the surface. There's been so much exploratory with Scotty Barnes. What I'm interested in the maturation process is when Scotty makes winning the most important thing, where he's pushing his teammates and taking on responsibility. That's when he's going to cross over into superstardom.
Mitchell against Doncic. With the drive. Basket good. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Doncic passes to Kleber. Outside Irving. The 3 for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
Here's Dick. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 4 assists now tonight.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
You know what time this is, man. Here comes your defense crew.
Now we get a chance to view the NBA's best setup men. Third is Luka Doncic.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Here's Powell. McCollum outside. Shoots over Dick. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Toronto leading by 17. Pass to Boucher. Here's Abaji. This one for 3. That one's in, his first shot this game.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Now, here's Exum. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's McCollum. And again, unable to change momentum here. And Toronto has possession. Last time they met was in Toronto.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
The second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
And he makes that one. Doncic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's Abaji. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Olynyk down out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Shed in at the point guard position. And the shot's good from Boucher. Boucher's got 5 points so far.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Abaji. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. And again, Toronto with the triple.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Irving can't get it to go. Here's Toronto now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Olynyk up top. Boucher passes to Olynyk. Brown inside the line. And a little luck that time, but it drops. 11 points in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Nobody near Irving. The long distance three is buried.
You know, Kyrie is one of the best finishers in the league, but trust me, he enjoys the three ball.
Here's Boucher, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now, here is Irving. He's tightly guarded. Fires for three. Abaji pulls it in.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And here's Olynyk from the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions around how he and Doncic would fit together.
Yeah, well, Dallas needed another ball handler who could score and make plays for others. Doncic couldn't do it all by himself, especially in the postseason. Now they're trying to build around those two guys.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for the Mavericks. Garrett Temple has checked in for Toronto. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Again, Irving missing.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Temple gets the bucket.
3 points.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Mavericks have been much improved defensively. Coach Jason Kidd says when you're leaning on Luka offensively to deliver, and he does, you have to be able to cover him. Not just him, but Kyrie. The focus on playing defense and protecting one another is at a high right now. It can't just be 3 guys. It has to be all 5. Kevin?
It is, David. You're right. It's a team game. Pass to Exum. Here's Grimes. Hasn't made one yet. tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now Boucher. Here's Abaji. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Hands it from downtown. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
As CJ's saying, not so fast. I'm not letting you get away from us tonight. There's the return payback three.
And that one's good, Abaji.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble. Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, I appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
12 seconds left in the first half. Dick can't get it to go. Irving for three. The shot misses. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Toronto ahead, just dominating this one. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Okay, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. Ooh, they're measuring up the shot. Oh, sorry. Let's hear it for our contestant.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the Toronto Raptors.
How about all the points coming off those bench, man? I'm telling you, when you get that kind of scoring up and down the lineup, you can write your own ticket to wins.
Yeah, complete team effort, and they're playing an entertaining style as well. And let's turn our attention now to the Rookie of the Year race.
These guys have made a great case all season long, Shaq, and now they're processing things even faster, making even better decisions. That's impressive.
Yeah, if your front office selected any one of these guys, you can say you won the draft.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Here's the Raptors with the ball. The star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. Maxi Kleber is out there with Daniel Gafford. And it's Marshall in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Doncic passes to Marshall. Lets it go from deep. Kleber, no good. For Jakob Poeltl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say, Brent, they did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
And here's Barnes for three, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Kleba. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And here's Irving. They need this. Dallas, no good that time either.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And here's Brown outside. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Doncic kicks to Irving. Fires away from outside. Doncic, no good.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
A nice shot by Brown.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kleba sets the screen for Doncic. Drills the three-pointer. Doncic has got 10 points in the game.
There you go, finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
Pirtle with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Buries it from three-point range.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Doncic, score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
The skill of Doncic at 6'7", 230, it makes him an impossible matchup defensively.
And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to beat yourself on the highlight reel.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
1:37 left in the third quarter of the game. Brown kicks to Barnes. From outside the arc, hits the three-point bomb. Barnes has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Doncic from deep three-point land. And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Here's Dick. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. He's got 17.
So much balance when Dick's in the air. Always able to square his chest and make a confident stroke.
And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. On the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Exum comes in for Maxi Kleba. And McCollum subbed in for Irving. McCollum looking it over. Powell with the screen. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And here's Olynyk from the arc. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Nice when coaches have a trigger man from the 5 spot. Kelly Olynyk can do that.
Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. Pass to Powell. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitive.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Walter. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And the first one drops. All three throws good from Doncic. And so it's Toronto with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Chris Boucher. He's out there with Olynyk. And it's Shed in at the 1 spot. Down low, here's Irving. Misses in close. Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy. And Olynyk doing a nice job just keeping the symmetry out there.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. A 3 from McCollum. Dallas, no good that time either.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Here's Shed. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
To stop the run, Boucher with the rebound. Toronto, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Abaji. And again, Toronto with the triple.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Boucher finds Olynyk. Back to Boucher. Takes the 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic. And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
1:52 left to play here in the fourth. Back to Kleba. Shot clock at 6. And here's McCollum for three. It's good from long range.
And in nailing the three there, he puts a lid on what's been a huge run by the Raptors.
Boucher passes to Olynyk. The three. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-game.
And the Raptors with possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Abaji. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Exum's shot is off.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's McCollum for three. That one, no good.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
Pass to Walter for three. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And as we part ways, we present our player of the game.